morning everyone! Look at your smartphones at your pocket. This tiny device has more computing power than all of NASA had when they have first sent astronaut at the moon. That staggering fact isn't about two miniaturizations. It's the result of a revolutionary journey. A story of 5 distinct functions of computer of generation.
We've gone from machines that filled entire rooms and consumed enough electricity to power a small town, to having the sum of human knowledge accessible from a device in our plans.
This wasn't a smooth gradual change. It happened when explosive and lab. Each one is defined by a fundamental breaking that completely defined as a computer could be and who could use it.
First generation.
We will trace this
Back then,
incredible
computers didn't
revolutionary.
look like this.
We will meet the room-sized giants, the reliable workhorses, the interactive pioneers, the personal revolutionaries, and the intelligent system of tomorrow. Story of how we built the modern world one generation at a time.
Instead, they look so big that they can fill the entire room with rows of cabinets, fans, and wires. Also, the computer's processor is not a CPU like we have today. They still run on vacuum tubes, which are glass tubes that process electrical signals to perform calculations. And you actually needed thousands of these vacuum tubes just for one computer. So not only they were massive in size, but they also used tons of electricity and generated a lot of heat. And the maintenance was bothersome as well, because if just one tube stopped working, you have to find it among thousands of others. And there was no hard drive either. The data storage was a magnetic drum, which worked like a hard drive, but with a tiny capacity in a size as big as a bucket. Also, there were no screens, operating systems, images, or videos whatsoever. So users had to rely on punch cards to operate the computer, which is basically stiff paper cards with holes in them. Each hole represented a bit of information or a command, and the computer would read them line by line.
Since everything was so basic, computers back then were mainly used only for calculations, scientific research, or government documents, with result either printed directly into paper or punched back into cards for storage and later processing.
Next is a second generation. In the second generation, vacuum tubes replaced by transistors. Same function as a vacuum. But transistors were better because similar than vacuum tubes, which made computer smaller and cheaper as well.
Also, transistors were faster than vacuum tubes. So, if you need 1 hour for calculation and stuff with the first generation computers, you only need minutes with the second generation computers. And it could operate longer since it doesn't generate as much heat as the vacuum tubes. So, it's less prone to overheat. However, despite the upgrade, the way it was operated was still handled with punch cards like in the first generation. But at least this time, the storage was upgraded from magnetic drum to a magnetic tape. The size was big as well, but it would hold more data compared to a magnetic drum.
Next is the third generation. This time, computers finally started look in like computers of our era.
That's because instead of wiring thousands of separate transistors like in the second generation computers, this time we use ICs or integrated circuits instead. So these integrated circuits contain a chip, and this chip actually contained many transistors in a microscopic size or even just a nanometer size. This was created directly on them using a process called photolithography, which is like drawing patterns with light to form the circuit.
But the most important thing is the computer began supporting keyboard with monitors, so people don't need to use patch card anymore to operation team.
Also, operating systems like Unix and IBM 360 started to show up as well. However, the interface at that time was still text-based instead of graphical like what we have today. And lastly, floppy disks started to show up. So they became preferable storage for computers because they're more portable and convenient compared to magnetic tapes.
Fourth generation microprocessor a tiny chip that called to be better job and more faster than those old machine generation, and since all the parts like the CPU, motherboard and power supply were not small on top, and thus they become now a desktop computer.
But the best thing is that computers at that time already used the graphical user interface instead of the text-based interface. So users could simply click icons or drag and drop files using a mouse to operate it. And the programs you can operate are various too. You could play simple games, draw images, or browse the internet. And even though floppy disks still existed, CDs and hard drives are started to take over.
So people use CDs to install operating system, play music, or watch movies, and saving for personal files and like photos, documents. People would put them on hard drive.
Generations of computers that refers to a specific machines or processor is more about a shape of purpose.
AI is now used in graphics cards to enhance visual quality with features like Battle Royale games, allowing games to look better. AI also powers self-driving cars like Tesla, helping them navigate roads and make split-second decisions. And AI also behind voice assistant like Alexa and Google Assistants, which are now often integrated with smart home devices. And these days, even AI can generate entirely new video with realistic speech, like making someone say things they never actually said.